I'm going to be sharing with you in this video how to make your life easier but get better results. Because the thing is that most people believe that in order to get the results that you want, you've got to make your life harder. Life needs to be more difficult. Life needs to be more challenging. Life needs to be hard in order to get the results that you want. I've personally found in my experience the complete opposite to be the case. The easier that I make my life, the better results that I actually get. I'm going to share with you exactly what I mean by that in this video so that you can apply it in your own life as well. So if you're new to this channel, what I want you to do is I want you to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. Also, all the details to work with me will be down below. Now, the thing that I want to start off this video with is the understanding that an identity level shift is what you actually need in order to manifest the reality that you want. You need an identity level shift. So you need to change, not just what you're doing, but you need to change. You have to change. So not just the actions that you're taking, not just acting as if. Yes, you can act as if, and I encourage you to act as if. Think about it. The word action has the word act inside of it. The word action has literally the word act inside of it. So that's not a coincidence, because action means that you're literally acting. When you see actors playing a role in a movie, they're literally channeling a different identity. That's literally what's happening. And so if you want to make your life easier, well, can you believe, can you open your mind up to the possibility that actually, that it's not just about what you do in the world, and it's not just about the actions that you take, although actions and acting as if is important. It's also about understanding that your beliefs and who you fundamentally believe that you are, the type of person that you are, has to change. And so when you realize this, what you can begin to realize as well is that this process of manifesting your reality into existence can become very, very easy. Very, very effortless. It's not hard at all. It's really as hard as you make it. It's as hard as you make it. It's as hard as you believe it has to be. So if you believe that manifesting your reality has to be very difficult, then of course, manifesting your reality will be very, very difficult. It's just it all depends on who you are and your beliefs and the type of person that you believe you are. Now, I want to say something else in this video. I sometimes get a rebuttal, which is like, Francis, you're saying the same thing in your videos all the time. It's almost like Francis, are you yourself perhaps stuck in some negative loop? You're telling people to not be stuck in a negative loop. Are you yourself stuck in a negative loop, Francis? What's up with that? Why are you saying the same thing in your videos again and again and again? Well, let me answer that question with this. Perhaps I do say similar messages in my videos consistently. Perhaps I do say simple and maybe even sometimes a little bit repetitive things in my videos. But my question to you is, do you hear the message? Do you hear the message? Right? Because that's the thing, right? Is that sometimes somebody can tell you something and it can be so simple. And it's not even necessarily what they're saying that could be valuable. Sometimes it's who they are. They're transmitting to you a message that goes much deeper than what is being said on the surface. And are you going to be able to interpret that message and read between the lines? Or are you going to judge them? Are you going to criticize them and then go back to the same life that you have been living. Because what I'm telling you here right now in this video has the potential to shift your timeline and the trajectory of your life if you choose to see it in a way that resonates for you. But this requires of you to take responsibility of your frequency and your vibration. And so what I'm sharing with you in this video is not just a how-to. It's not just a how-to. There's something deeper here that I'm communicating. And what I'm communicating here is that if you want to make your life easier, it's going to start with one thing. And that one thing is, do you believe that manifestation has to be hard? That's the question. Do you believe it has to be hard? Because I don't believe personally that it has to be hard. And does that resonate for you? If it doesn't, by that point, you would have already clicked off the video because the frequency is not going to be resonating. And this isn't some new age hocus pocus. This is just the fundamentals of reality here. What I'm communicating to you here is not a new age concept. It's not a new age belief. It is simply the fundamentals of reality in of itself. And I know that sounds like an extremely arrogant thing to say, like, who are you, Francis, to tell me how the fundamentals of reality works? What are your credentials? Well, I can share with you all my credentials, and I do have some credentials, but more importantly, what I'm speaking from is not information that I've parroted from a video. It's not information that I'm parroting to you or just recycling. Yes, I've learned and I'm humble enough to understand that I'm not alone in this world and that I do need to learn from other sources and to drop the ego concept and to learn from other sources and to take each moment, take every single moment as a reflection of myself in order to see, am I in alignment with my intentions? Every moment is a learning opportunity. See, the student and the teacher are ultimately one. The mentor and the learner are ultimately one. There's no separation between the student and the teacher, ultimately speaking. So, why am I sharing all of this? Because it's very important that, first of all, the first thing that we need to talk about right now in order to be able to access effortless manifesting in your life is to have an investigation of what you believe to be true. What do you believe to be true, right? That's the fundamental question. Do you believe that manifestation in of itself needs to be a difficult process? What are your beliefs about manifestation, generally speaking? Because when you get to the fundamental of what you fundamentally believe about reality in of itself, that paradigm will lead you to take action in a particular way. Because think about it like this. If you fundamentally believe that manifestation in of itself is a difficult process, that is going to lead you to seek out potential ways to manifest from that paradigm. So rather than trying to figure out how can I take the right actions and manipulate the physical circumstances of my life from the assumption that you are simply a physical being that doesn't have control over your mind, doesn't have control over your beliefs, right? If you believe you have no control over any of these things, that's going to lead you to take a certain kind of action in your life. So that is why I'm starting off this video with the fundamental question of, what do you believe about manifestation? What do you believe about manifestation? Is it hard for you? Is it easy for you? Is it a hard process? What do you believe? Right? And so what I want to also share with you in this video as well is that for me personally, what I've come to realize, and again, I want you to also understand before I share this third point, is that in these videos, I'm just sharing with you what has worked for me personally in my direct experience. Yes, I'm a certified human development coach. Like, if that really matters. Yes, I've had thousands of hours of coaching. I've even had thousands of hours of meditation. I've watched thousands of hours of content, of learning content to learn, but I believe that none of this stuff really matters. And I'm sharing with you things that I've learned in my direct experience once again. So, what I want to share with you as well is that it's not what you do necessarily, it's who you are. It's who you are. So how do you make your life easier? Well, if you haven't figured it out already, one of the first steps to this process is to understand that who you are needs to change. So I'll conclude this video with a question, and that question is, who do you need to be in order to make your life easier? So if you believe that you're a business owner, by the time you've become a business owner, it's not going to be hard to make that money that you want. It just is what it is. You know what I mean? It just is the case. Like, if you're saying to yourself, like, oh, I make 20K per month or whatever it is, right? It just is what it is. It just is what it is. And if you're saying to yourself, like, oh, like, I make $1,000 per month, it also just is what it is. It's not necessarily like making more money is necessarily hard. It's just like a different thing to do in the universe that produces like a different, it's just a thing. Like this is why it's hard for me to tell you like what exactly to do, because it's not necessarily about what to do, right? Because I'll share one more thing before I conclude this video, which is that why is it that one person can follow an exact step-by-step structure and get an epic result, and then another person can follow that same result and fail absolutely miserably? Is it the structure? Is it the thing? Or is it the person using the thing? And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with the person necessarily, but that's something to think about. Is it the tool? Is it the structure? Or is it the person? It's the person. Maybe they're not. There's multiple reasons. There's too many factors for me to share why that's happening. So I wish I could share with you why in this video, but there's just too many factors to consider in, one video. But I will record more videos on that, but that's something to think about. So think about that. And with that, I conclude this video. Once again, if you want to work with me one-on-one personally and have an opportunity to do so, all the details for that will be down below. Also, stay tuned for my book called The Power of Choice, coming out very, very soon, which is going to explain that from a metaphysical point of view, everything is a choice. As always, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.